Hey everyone, it's Lizzie and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought it'd be good for me to share my October monthly budget with you guys so that way you guys get inspiration on creating a monthly budget if you are a monthly budgeter. What I did here, and I decorated my calendar, but I always start off looking at my calendar. This is where I write in all of the things that I have going on for the month. So for example, I'm going to zoom it in here. We have our bills, and I have them all written in on these stickers here. I have some birthdays that I have to plan for. We have a holiday coming up, so I will have off that day. And then I also have time off from work that I just took time off. And then, of course, we have Halloween at the end of the month. So now I like looking at this when I am planning out each paycheck budget. So I have a few paydays here, and for the month of October, there's something big that is happening. I won't be sharing it right now until it officially happens, but we are so excited about this change that is coming to us. It's kind of crazy. So make sure you follow me over on my Instagram if you are not, because I'm sure I will share the news over there first. But anyways, so I've already decorated everything. I wrote in my bills. I wrote in the days that I get paid. So right now we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 paydays. So we have to think about all of those things. Now the next sheet that I look at is this bill tracker, and I love using a bill tracker because it allows you to break things down paycheck to paycheck, so that way it's not such a big impact on your finances. So what we do is we just write in what is the total amount of the bill. We write in the due dates, and then we write in up here our pay days. So what day do you actually get paid? And then once we do that, we'll highlight the days that we know we have to have the entire amount set aside in our bank account for a specific bill. So what you do is you take that total bill and you divide it by the number of pays leading up to the day that you have to have that fully funded in your bank account. So that way it'll get auto debited on November 1st and it will cover that bill, and we don't have to overthink it, and it's really not like a big impact on the day that it is due, right? Or splitting it up twice. We're fortunate enough that we both work and we get paid multiple times during the month. So it allows us to have it easier for us to manage our expenses, right? And create a budget. So that's how we use the bill tracker, and I listed everything out of those specific bills. And now we are moving on to the monthly budget worksheet. So a few things that I want to point out in this monthly worksheet, and this one is available in my Etsy shop, but I use this percentage formula, and it's broken down into 3 different categories: expenses, goals, and tithe. So the expenses, it covers for all of your bills and your daily cash envelopes if you are a cash envelope user. Otherwise, it's for all of your regular spending. If you keep separate bank accounts, like I know a lot of people, they'll have, especially now where it's hard to have cash on hand for some of you, you can have separate bank accounts and you can use this percentage for that specific category. Then we have our goals. Now the goal is whatever goal that you have for your family. If it is you're on a debt payoff journey, it could be that. If you are wanting to save for a specific event, or saving up to buy something that you really want, if it's a piece of furniture or whatever the case is, you can set a specific amount for the month for that goal. So then the last one is the tithe, and tithe, we tithe off of our paycheck 10%, or if you, let's say if you don't attend a church, then you can give to a charity. I just think it's good for us as a community to really give back to the community. So if you have an organization that you are passionate about, well, maybe you might want to think about helping fund that organization or that charity, or bless someone. But I truly believe that when you give, you will get back tenfold. And it really does a big impact on yourself, personally, spiritually, and all of the things. So this is the percentage formula that's in this worksheet, and I've already filled in what our goal amounts are. So the goal amount for expenses is having $2,814 to go to anything that is going out of our bank account. Anything that's leaving our hands for the month, the goal is to spend $2,800 or less. And then our savings goal, because we don't have debt, so this is all savings, that includes sinking funds as well. And that is, as I mentioned, like any event, any holiday, anything like that, you can set money aside for a sinking funds because that is a form of savings. And we are also wanting to save for a house in the future, so we're going to put a chunk of money aside for that. Now, there's one thing that you're not going to see in my budget, and I've gotten asked questions about this, and it's because I never really clarified it, but you are not seeing retirement savings in here, and that is because my husband and I have a 401k as of right now from our pays from our employers, and so a portion of our paycheck automatically gets withdrawn, so we don't see it, and it goes into our retirement, our 401k. So we are contributing to our retirement. So for those of you concerned, we are doing that. So that's why like my pay and his pay has dropped a little bit from the past, like I want to say 6 months. That is why, because our 401k is already being deducted from our paycheck before we receive it. So just wanted to clarify that because I don't think I mentioned that as often in my videos. So that's being taken care of. Our savings is being taken care of. And now we have all of our bills that we already wrote in on our bill tracker. There's only a couple things here that is not on the bill tracker, and that's because they're like variable expenses. So that's our SunPass and miscellaneous. So this miscellaneous gets left in the bank account, and this is just a rough draft. I really don't focus too much, honestly, on my monthly budget sheets. It's the paycheck budgets that I really focus and I pay a lot of attention on. But miscellaneous, we just put an amount there because we do keep money aside for each paycheck as like a cushion in our checking account in case there's a bill or expense that comes out that we were not anticipating, or something happened and we needed to use the funds rather than touching our savings account. So now we have a total of $2,121.29 that is already allocated to this expense portion. So we fill this up, okay? I have a lot of things going on. Obviously, everyone's budget is a little bit different, so just keep that in mind. So now, looking at our percentage formula, this is the goal, right? This is what we had wanted to allocate our funds to. So $2,814 is what we said it would be nice if we spend this amount or less for the month for anything that's going out. So we've already covered our expenses, but we still have our daily cash envelopes to cover. So I highlighted a few of these, and this is just funds that I don't actually withdraw cash out for. So gas that gets left in our bank account, we don't take it out in cash. And then these over here that are highlighted, those are in an online savings account as well. So we have these cash envelopes. We have an eating out, grocery, home, pet, and spending envelope that I actually take out cash for. And so I want to go over one thing here with you guys. And it's a formula that I follow by Jordan Page. So she talks a lot about her food budget, having a big family. But right now it's only my husband and I who we have to, buy food for. And so she says, and she recommends setting aside $100 for each person in your household, starting at $300. So since it's just my husband and I, the recommended budget is to have $300 set aside for groceries. Now she talks about, oh, that's all of your consumable items, including like paper products and all of that stuff. That does not really work for us. So we have a separate home and pet envelope. So she even includes like pet for groceries. That's just too much for us, honestly. So we have a separate pet envelope and home envelope for that. I just wanted to go over why our budget is $300 for the month. And yes, we do stay within budget the majority of the time. There are a few times that we have gone over, but in most cases we always stay at $300 or below for our food budget. And that's because we are intentional with our spending when it comes to groceries. Now, there have been times when it has not worked out the very best, but again, we're trying, and we're not perfect, but we are trying to manage our food spending. Is anyone else with me? Raise your hand. It's the biggest blow to our budget, honestly. Now moving on to the sinking funds, and I'll just show you. You're going to see that there are a couple things that are different from prior paycheck budgeting videos. I talk a lot about our sinking funds, and you're going to see a few of them have gone away. So let me just mention the gifts one. So I used to have a Father's Day sinking fund, a Mother's Day sinking fund, a Valentine's Day sinking fund, and honestly, we never really had that to begin with. I just added that in when we became debt free because I thought it was important for us to save for those events, right? And it's true. But I think it makes sense for us to just have that be in the gifts whole portion. And that's for other people's birthdays. That's for, if we want to buy, we're going to buy each other Valentine's Day gifts. We don't really celebrate Valentine's Day, so it will be something kind of small. But I just wanted to make that a point. And then for Mother's Day and Father's Day, we don't have a set dollar amount that we want to spend for our parents for Mother's Day and Father's Day. So that's something that we can look at when it gets closer. So that's just something I did want to mention to you. But as you see here, the highlighted ones, those are an online savings account. If you see anything on here that you have a question about right now, then definitely shoot your question in the comments, and I respond to all of the questions that I get asked. But yeah, I just wanted to explain that really quickly. And then the last thing that we have is our savings, which is down here. It says home. So the goal is to have roughly $391.71 to be able to deposit into our home savings account for our down payment on our next house. Guys, if you don't know our story of how we became debt-free, then definitely check out this video. I'll make sure to link it up above about our debt-free story and how we made a drastic decision of selling our house to become debt-free, and now we are living in an apartment and working to save at least 20% for a down payment on our next home. That is a realistic goal for us. And slowly but surely, we are getting there. We are getting there. So that is what my October budget looks like. And I'm so excited to share with you guys in the hopefully near future of what big change is going to happen in our lives. Honestly, it's just giving glory to God and just stepping out in faith for this next move that we are doing. So if you did enjoy today's video, then be sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in a brand new video. Bye guys!